Hello again. I'm going to be reviewing my favorite album of all time today, which is Deer in Grey, Spero, best album ever made, ever. They are a Japanese band, Japanese lyrics, which is, it works out for them, trust me. It's not like, I don't know, most Japanese bands I feel like are just terrible. Like, don't misjudge them just because they're Japanese. I mean, lots of the Japanese music is like that garbage anime stuff, the American knockoffs and whatever. And yeah, I mean, I will admit 99% of Japanese music is garbage, but these guys really stand out. I mean, it doesn't matter that they're speaking Japanese because the music is just so good. I mean, it would be nice if they were speaking English, but it still flows with them. But definitely very interesting artwork. The artwork really makes the album. It really gets a whole theme going of this kind of creepy religious thing, this cult almost. It's just very, there's like kind of a decay theme going on. There's lots of like dead things. If you like, I'll show you the packaging in a different video, because that with the limited edition it comes with artwork and stuff, but it really has this whole theme going. So, well, here's the album cover for the vinyl pressing, which comes with the limited edition, which is some statue here, which I read up, one of the band members says it was a certain like goddess or something, and she's close up just sitting there. She looks like very knowing, just holding her hands out like, I don't know, knowledge and stuff. She's in the bamboo forest. She's got skulls by her, and back, more bamboo. Got on the inside, golden, or like all golden and still looking knowledgeable. And she's like ripping her stomach open. She's got like a Buddha face in there or something. Again, it's this kind of creepy religious theme. Japanese symbols, and yeah. And before I talk about the actual music on here, I have to review the actual vinyl part. It's a double album, but both discs are the same, so I'll show you one of them. Got that. It does not have a dust cover though, which that's not very cool. I've got like dust all over this thing. I don't have one of those brushes, one of those special brushes for these, so that stinks. Honestly, it's very wobbly, very bad quality. Not very, I mean, the grooves aren't that deep, but it's still better than like a digital or CD version. But this is only the second album that they released on vinyl, so I honestly wasn't expecting something that heavy, but still, it's a little bit disappointing. Put this back. This is my third time actually doing this review. YouTube has rejected my reviews the past 2 times because it was too long, so I'm going to try and go faster. And so 14 tracks, in all the album's about 70 minutes long. It's like, I really think of this album almost as one entire song in itself, honestly. Because it all kind of flows together the way the entire like instrumentation of this album starts off. I mean, Shinya it's the name of the drummer. He has this very weird style throughout the entire album where he's kind of just flailing around, and you almost like don't know what's happening on the drums, but as you listen to it, you can kind of hear a beat developing, even though there isn't kind of a beat there. It flows though when you're listening to it, and so do the guitars. It's this very non-traditional guitar playing, nothing like I've ever heard before. This is definitely a unique album. Nothing has ever been made like this, except the album before this one was a little bit similar, but very unique. I could almost think of this album as just one song, as I said, and kind of one thought by the lead singer Kyo, because it all just seems throughout this thing like he's thinking to himself, and different spiritual voices talking to him. Like, I don't know, like he does scream, like metal screams and stuff, but they're not like one of those garbage metal bands where you're like, dude, I'm gonna turn this off, this is terrible. They're like experimental, it's not just like, oh, grunge crazy metal. It's very interesting. It's artistic. It is. It's cool though. Definitely has an influence on me. But the first track is Kyotsu no Nari, it starts off with this kind of creepy piano thing. It's not actual chords. It's just somebody like flailing around on there, but it's like echoing everywhere. It sounds really creepy. And they come up with all these really distorted guitars right afterwards that are like, and you're all like, whoa, what's happening? First time I listened to this, I was like outside in the dark, and I'm like, whoa, okay, something's gonna pop out at me. But it's not like Halloween creepy, like, oh man, I'm just gonna like listen to this once a year since it's festive or something. No, it's definitely a whole year round album. And you can kind of hear something like choking in the background, like on this first song. It's like kind of like almost like something growing, kind of like, but you're like choking, and you're like, what is that? It's really interesting. And then the track just ends all of the sudden and kind of carries off into the background like, duh. And then right afterward comes my favorite track, The Blossoming Beelzebub, which they performed live when I saw them a few months ago. So I was like, yes, this is my favorite song from my favorite album. And this song really goes on with the theme of him just thinking. If you read the English lyrics, which do come with a limited edition, and I'm probably with the regular edition as well, you can find them online. But it's just, the entire song is based around him just sitting at the dinner table alone and staring into a bowl of rice. It's like, how do you make a song about that? But he does, and he's like trying to find like wings on the individual pieces of rice. It's like he's going crazy, but that goes with the whole thing of it being one thought, of him just thinking to himself different things. And it's kind of like you can hear his different screaming voices almost sound like different people, and he's kind of like talking with them almost. That's how I feel about it. But or kind of like almost he's going insane. That's like his insane voice or something. But really interesting song. Nothing like I've ever heard before. The weirdest song I've ever heard. So good though. It's a lot to take in the first time you listen to it. But so good. The ending is very melodic. He has a beautiful voice, honestly. Third song, Different Sense. I don't get this song. Everybody loves this song who's a Deer and Gray fan. They're like, oh man, Different Sense, alright. I really hope they play that one. It's terrible, honestly. I mean, it's Deer and Gray, I like them, but it's more of a traditional, let's bang on the drum really fast, metal thing. It's nothing special. It doesn't really fit. I mean, if you are listening to the album as a whole, do include this track. Don't skip it, just for the sake of dumb Spero. But my least favorite song on here. Fourth track, Ammon, which I actually figured out the name Ammon is some deity. Lots of his songs are like that, actually. Like, off of his Deer and Gray's second EP, the song Hades is actually like the god of the underworld. So he actually has lots of references to like different gods and stuff. Like, I don't know if you know their books, Minerva, that they were releasing. That's some like the god of art or something. But very interesting song. I think in this he's like journeying to hell or something, because the last line is like, onward to hell or something. It's not like cheesy though, like, oh, this is metal, we're going to hell. It's just very artistic almost, like he's just the whole theme of like insanity. He's thinking to himself or something. It's hard to see. Very interesting song. Really like this one. Another one of my favorites off of here is Dreambox. I can't say the full name because it's got one English word in it. The rest is all like Japanese, but it's Dreambox. Starts off with a very interesting metal riff all up and down the neck. It's just very melodic throughout. And it's kind of, his voice is just going everywhere in these weird patterns, and you're like, what's happening? Okay, but then he just stops, everything stops, and he goes like insane, just belting out with his high-pitched screaming voice. It's not like screaming like, oh, I'm angry, you know, like I said, it's just him like talking, some being talking. It's really interesting, and once he gets to the screaming part, everything kind of repeats again. It's a 5-minute song. About sixth song, Juyoku, which is just another kind of rock one. It's good, but it's probably, I don't know. It's interesting. It's not one of my favorites on here, but it's definitely a good song. Listen to it. Definitely better than Different Sense. Next song, Shitata Moro, which is awesome. Love this song. Just a really cool guitar riff, and it sounds again like he's talking with different spirits, just as like the different voices he has and whatever. Very interesting. And then at the about 3/4 of the way through, he just stops and he then belts it out again with these different screams and stuff. Really interesting, but it sounds like he's out of breath. So once he is, it like tracks over with a different voice, like screaming, and then tracks over again. And it's cool. And they all start chanting at the end. They go like ooh ah. The entire band says that. And then Kyo, the main singer, is like Castle of Mud, and they keep saying that Castle of Mud, whatever. Again with the decaying concept. Next song, Lotus, very melodic. Again, this song really reminds me of Kyo just being in deep thought. It's song number 9, the 10-minute song. Whoa, 10 minutes. Whoa. But yeah, it starts off kind of lame with this weird piano don 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 thing, but just keep going. It's good. 10th song, Akatsuki, which means dawn, which I don't know, reminds me of zombies, Dawn of the Dead. Interesting track, very nice chorus. 11, Decayed Crow, decaying concept. Very interesting. He keeps going with these repetitive lines that he does like throughout the chorus, which he screams. It just flows really nicely, and he repeats it, flows, you know. Then 12th one, Hageshisa to konomune no nakade karimi mitsuida shakunetsu no yami. Bam, just said that. Yeah, very difficult to say. Very hardcore rock one. Yeah, it's really awesome. Cool music video. Interesting. It was the ending song for Saw 3D, so kind of mainstream-ish. 13, Vanties. This one's actually like relaxing almost. Very nice. It's the only acoustic song, straight up acoustic song on this album. It does have like drums and stuff, but the main guitar is acoustic, and it's very relaxing. The part after the guitar solo is just soothing almost. You just want to lay back and be like, yeah, it's cool. Last song, Rote no To, which it's interesting. I don't know exactly what to say about it, but it's cool, and it all ends very abruptly, so you're like, man, what else are they going to come out with? It ends very cool. But I'm going to keep going on to the unboxing or whatever of the